Live, local, late breaking. This is KEZI 9 News at 11.
4 boys charged in a fire that destroyed Civic Stadium. Good evening, I'm Brian Richardson. Eugene police arson investigators received a tip leading to the ID of those 4 boys. KEZI 9 News reporter Sarah Hurwitz is live in Eugene with the latest on this investigation. She continues our breaking news coverage here at 11 o'clock. Sarah?
We're told the 4 boys who have been charged in this fire that destroyed the beloved stadium are between the ages of 10 and 12. And a not surprising news for many in the community, but disappointing to hear, feeling that it was a careless act. A heavy machinery dug into the rubble Wednesday afternoon, picking up the pieces of a historic ballpark in ruins. And now under fire, 4 young boys after Eugene police say arson investigators received a tip in the case. Now, police wouldn't go on camera to share any other details about the investigation or the charges, but we did talk with members of Civic Alliance tonight who issued this statement in reaction to the charges, saying in part, "The identification of 4 boys in connection with the Civic Stadium fire brings us no joy, but we recognize it is a necessary step to bring closure to this sad chapter in our community's history. If it turns out that these boys are responsible for the fire, that just compounds the tragedy."
I can see the light structure where the fire went all the way up.
Tough news also for Eugene resident Mary Adams, who paid a visit to the ballpark to pay her respects.
I'm not surprised because the person who called in the first alarm said he saw 4 young boys riding off on their bikes, so it sounded pretty suspicious that they were involved in some way.
A lot of chatter about what caused the fire and who might be behind it. Adams saying it was a careless act.
I think everybody is just in a state of mourning more than anything else, and you know, I mean, if it was my kid who did that, I would be devastated.
I mean, kids like to play with matches, but yeah, that's sad.
Chris Finlayson lived in Eugene in the 50s and 60s and went to South Eugene High School across the street from Civic Stadium. And he drove down from Salem Wednesday to take pictures of the aftermath. And hearing the news of the 4 kids charged, he's wondering where the parents are in all of this after his own son nearly burnt their home down.
We almost had to take him out and say, okay, you know, you're never going to do this again, or you're not going to be a part of this family.
And no word yet on the cause at this point. EPD does say that it was not fireworks related, and we should learn more about those charges that those 4 boys are facing tomorrow. Live in Eugene, Sarah Hurwitz, KEZI 9 News.
Thank you, Sarah. We've devoted a massive amount of information on Civic on our website, KEZI.com, from the stadium's history to the fire on Monday to the memories of this iconic ballpark. It's all there. We also used our social media pages to further coverage, so make sure to check those out as well.